Joe Blow with a microphone going to Sam Ash.
Name
Imani.
Joe Blow and name the amount of Joe Blows you know who are able to do that and become successful off of it. I'm just being realistic in the fact that not many opportunities are given to those type of people, and it's very rare that people get their break that way.
Yo, if
So
you're
a lot of
sitting
people
around
are
waiting for somebody to give you an opportunity, and I'm not talking to you.
That's a good one.
Because you keep talking about giving the opportunity, and I'm talking about talented people creating opportunity.
I was going to attempt to wait until around 6 o'clock to post a video, but this really irritated me because I'm currently listening to the Patreon. I'm just going to express my thoughts on it. You weren't the right person to say this, Imani. You're going through something right now where you don't fully comprehend the route you're on, so I can understand why you're saying this. You will therefore talk as though there is no way for you to overcome the obstacle or get it out on your own. Additionally, many of these content producers will compare themselves to the best in the industry and become angry when they fall well short of them. And I'm constantly trying to tell people, your subscription base is irrelevant. YouTube will notice if you can engage your community and encourage them to watch all of your videos, and they will begin to support you. I don't think, oh, I will never get there and I can't do that without the help of somebody behind me, when I consider my opinions and those of everyone else. No, this is really annoying, and I'm happy Joe was irritated when he spoke with you, and I'm happy that Parks becomes irritated with you afterwards. It's not appropriate for you to say this. You have a successful Patreon in addition to organizing a really successful event. I doubt that he even understands the situation he finds himself in with his Patreon. Please, excuse me while I collect my breath. I'm frustrated right now. My current frustration stems from my disapproval of the JBP Patreon's transformation, and Imani is to blame. His uncertainty with himself is the reason behind this, and I was only made aware of that during this talk. Like, oh, stop talking. I understand. You're attempting to present a different viewpoint because, well, this is going to be a more in-depth video than I had hoped. Even though it has nothing to do with how they see themselves personally, contrarians are always on the other side of things. However, listen to what I have to say. If you come across someone who is a contrarian and they create material but are always on the other side, it's because they have nothing to say on the subject. They cannot stand out and have nothing to say that demonstrates who they are. That is to say, you don't want to repeat the same words over and over again if everyone in the room feels the same way about a specific subject. Additionally, people will become contrarian and talk the exact opposite to keep the debate going, rather than leveraging your strong points to say something that, even though you were in line to say something else that wasn't broached, was said. This is not something I want to hear. Telling others that they need encouragement, can't do what Daniel Caesar does, or can't get it out of the muck isn't acceptable. Indeed, they can. It's something that people do every day. It's something they do every day. I don't even want this story to spread because it would completely contradict what I say on my channel. I constantly urge others that they should also develop content because they might find themselves in a similar situation to mine. And for some reason, folks think I'm in a better place than I actually am. I keep saying that I'm one of you. Among us is Joe. It is true that all of the individuals you see at the top of their respective fields worked hard and took steps to advance into their current positions. However, that does not exclude you from doing the same things. That does not preclude you from working hard. See, I'm just babbling because I'm frustrated about a lot of stuff, darn it. A large portion of this stems from people's desire for upfront payment. You all are aware of my 3 to 4 year strategy. I would rather thug it out on my own. I get all the money when it blows up in the 4th year because I didn't get paid for the first 3. People want to pay in advance. They, therefore, won't put in the actual effort that these independent artists at the top now put in over a period of 10, 15, or 20 years. They continue to speak to Joe in his current role as though it had always been there. Joe was constantly irritated because of this. I mean, you guys are my best buddies. You guys were there for me when I needed you. And since you all constantly bring it up, I know you all know when I was depressed. Ish and Imani, I do too, sometimes. Joe will constantly be reminded by those two that you haven't always been in this situation, but then they will leap to the opposing side and turn that against him. Like, oh, it's because you're famous. How did I get here, in your opinion? And I've been saying that whenever I reach the top, I'll be a 2K because all I'm doing is being reliable. I'm just going to keep posting videos every single day. All I'm doing is keeping up with the topics. Ta-da, accomplishment. Indeed, it has nothing to do with who I am. That's the side note then. It's a result of my identity. And if they presented themselves when discussing the same topics as everyone else, they could all be in the same situation. Because I am just like everyone else, but I have a distinct personality. And since there are AI channels out there trying to create material based on my stuff, I know I'm having some kind of influence. They're using my footage, so at least change this. My voice are they using? Then they will transition from my voice to the AI voice. And this is from someone who still considers himself to be a nobody. But you will have the audacity to make these stupid claims on a massive broadcast like this one that hasn't always been this large. Imani, which one is it? Which one is it?
No, stop. I do not want to spread that message. If you are really good at what you do and you go out in front of people and do it, people will come. It may not be the same crowd that Daniel Caesar gets, but wait, time out. Stop it. No. We're not going to compare ourselves to other artists. If you are an artist and you are good at what you do, go out and shake hands and kiss babies. People will come. You don't have to compare yourself to what Daniel Caesar is doing. It will grow your business.
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
No, he is wrong.
How on earth are you able to hear that and then somehow interpret what Parks is saying as incorrect? How? Indeed. You work hard inconsistently, going outdoors to greet people, shake hands, kiss babies, and engage in other pointless activities. Yes, you will develop if you do that. What on earth is he talking about? You see, that's why I referred to it on Patreon. This is the reason I didn't appreciate his phrase about striking while the iron is hot, since it made you doubt yourself. You are unaware that you are the one attracting viewers, but you are over here believing that you are getting all this traction on your Patreon channel because you are on the Joe Budden podcast and are receiving support from everyone else who is quote-unquote encouraging you. You and Mark both post content on Patreon at the same time, and aside from the JBP-related content Mark is discussing, your numbers are higher than his, and his name is Mark Lamont Heel. However, because you lack confidence in yourself, you will sit here and say this with genuine meaning. Dog, get out of the way when people are talking like this. Get out of the path. Additionally, Joe stated that although I'm not speaking to them, he is actually speaking to you. This is the reason he was discussing the cost and the information with you. I can see that your content is worth more than $3 because you are the only one on this show, and I can see how engaged people are and how they support you in my community. Imani needed to be instructed by Joe to enter his at a higher number. Furthermore, Imani still believes that everyone else, not himself, is the reason he is in his current position. And that's strange, because how do you think negatively if you're going to think that way in a positive light? And Imani in particular is making the Patreon experience worse, which is why I'm so angry with him. We frequently bring up Imani's life or personal connection, in this case, his status as a musician and artist. And he's looking at everyone else as though they can't do what Daniel Caesar has done because he hasn't been able to. That is totally absurd. In any case, Imani, since you're going through a different phase in your life, I don't want the Patreon to be blocked from you any longer. And since every male must go through this process, I won't discuss it. Certain things happen sooner than others. To get rid of this kind of thinking, you must begin to recognize the contributions you make for yourself. Your potting will change once that perspective shifts, since I cut for you far too much for you to continue in this direction. You're telling Dub that I won't ever talk to you or anyone else like you again. Why? It mentioned that he gave you $1,000. Dude, him. Imani, how do you see this situation? It irritates me and will continue to irritate me when people believe that hurdles put in their way prevent them from reaching a higher level or ascend. You call them red pills, but it's the same thing that all these other folks discuss online. No. Simply believe in yourself a little. I apologize to everyone, but it's a bit more energetic than I usually like. I simply will not tolerate this. I will not allow this type of talk to continue. When I first heard this, I thought I might have a little bit of race in me, so I'm glad Park stood his ground. I thought, hey, there's no way in hell any white boy is going to talk to me like that. The first thing that sprang to me, that was that. Wait a minute, I said after running it back. But he had a point. He made a point. Stop me from having this problem. Stop. And I'm aware that the way it's impacting the pie is what's frustrating me. After 2 successful months, the boy believes he can come back to this emotional state. Man, you have to stop doing this. No. Everyone was able to extract it from the muck. Each of us will experience success to varying degrees, but if a nigga can support himself throughout his life, you cannot claim he is not successful. I keep saying I don't have $10,000. I talk behind the mic to pay all of my bills. You'll say that he's unable to get it out. I apologize, everyone. I apologize. If you enjoy the video, please like it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the page. You already know how we're rolling if you have. Never allow yourself to be listened to in this manner. Never. It can be extracted from the muck. I constantly advise folks to create that. You all think I'm discussing content. No, whatever you are skilled at. Even though you are the industry leader, you must think for yourself. Amani, no one else can make you think that way. But I'll see you all shortly. Calm.